My name is Linda Pogue, and one of the things that I'm very involved with here at DisABILITYLINK is the peer support program, in particular the peer support training that we facilitate for people not just in Atlanta, not just in Georgia, but around the United States. So peer support is the fundamental tool that we use in independent living, in centers for independent living like disABILITYLINK. It simply means one person supporting another person. And what makes that so powerful in the disability community is that there has been for so long people outside of the community telling people in the disability community how they need to live their lives. And peer support is a balance to that. It's not that we want to live in isolation, but here in the disability community, we have the information and ideas that we need to live independently.
How have consumers been impacted by the program?
People walk through the door and are looking for assistance and support to change their lives. When they realize that almost everybody who works here are people with disabilities, it changes the mindset a little bit and realizes, gosh, there is a whole world out there that maybe I am not totally exploring, I'm not experiencing. And so just by being a part of this, we can make a difference in people's lives. And then we can obviously share really good information.
Hi, my name is Rosemary Graham. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am a member of the board. This is a place that's home for people with disabilities. This is a place not only where you can find resources, but that you can also find networking and social events that will give you a little bit more joy in your life.
Why should consumers get involved?
What's special about the peer support program, again, is having someone to connect with when you're out of resources and you're sitting at home and you don't know what to do and you're really needing some help. You find some people may find themselves depressed, or they may find themselves anxious about their future and what's going to happen with them. And contacting peer support will give you the guidance and assistance of what we call companionship, someone walking alongside you in your journey dealing with disability.
My name is Neil Ligon. I'm actually Executive Director down at Life Inc. in Savannah. Really important whenever you're working in any community to understand how to communicate effectively. And I think the peer support program was especially helpful in reminding us how to meet people where they are, how to have just standard conversations, but in a respectful way that allow people to open up.
How have consumers been impacted?
It's very helpful as a reminder, we all know this, but to remember that everybody has a story. To give them the forum where they feel comfortable telling that story, because there's a catharsis that can take place there, but also a learning process. We've lived in a society that's not built for everybody. There's societal barriers and systematic barriers, and traversing those and trying to identify ways to overcome whatever roadblocks are in front of you. They're really stories of triumph, and I think being in a group where you hear those stories, it can kind of buoy your spirits. It can also give you hope. But then furthermore, you're providing that same service to other people.
My name's Maggie, and I went through the peer support training program at disABILITYLINK.
What can consumers expect when they join?
It was a 3-day program. When I came the first day, I had really no idea what to expect, but I had heard from some of my other coworkers that I would enjoy it. And it was really wonderful and kind of surprising. It was really just people talking and learning together, which was great. I really liked the format. As we went through the material, we all just began to have this camaraderie and opened up and started sharing some of our personal stories with each other, which is really what peer support's all about.
How have consumers been impacted?
Self-determined life was one of the phrases that Linda used, and just the ability to make your own decisions. And they, as the peer, are making their own decisions and determining their own life. I think that is the biggest piece I took away. I really learned just how to listen to people and kind of come into it with this attitude of openness that people can feel free to share. A lot of times people tell you what to do, and they try to put you on a certain path. And places like disABILITYLINK, Centers for Independent Living, they're all about putting empowerment back in the hands of people with disabilities so that they can make their own choices. They can decide what's best for them.